Now it's better for black.
And then f5, and now of course e5 is not possible, so okay, bishop d3 is running to knight f3 check, so I thought here, and then I don't know, it becomes really too much. Maybe still bishop a6.
No, but then e5.
But then they go back.
Yeah,
so
okay,
queen
but then
c6. Queen c6 just take the
take the knight. Yeah, so go back, but then bishop a4 maybe and b5. No, okay, black's better, but I mean it's complicated, at least. But I mean earlier, Sergey must have been much better at some point.
At some point,
it looked almost just much
easy.
better.
I mean, he had a pawn up, but then he had the problems to how to move the knight from e5.
No, I mean I'm sure the computer says an advantage, but you know.
Well, we'll see how it.
And
ends.
the other game, what's happening in the other one? Because this one also was very confusing. I thought.
It's went through the help actually, because we try not to look at that computer, so we have to try to evaluate these things
because that one
very quickly without the computer.
Rook g7.
And that's difficult.
Rook g7 should be played, I guess, or take.
Yeah, also very, very unclear. No, but somehow I feel like white, probably for the computer, white should be better. But okay, for humans, of course, it's much more difficult.
Yeah, open king. Yeah, but he can always just put the bishop on g2.
Maybe the Twitter, maybe that tweet will come true.
G3, queen h5. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's very unclear though, of course. But okay.
especially it will be in the time trouble.
In the time trouble, yes.
So Magnus took, and then queen c6 is coming. Yeah, okay. So queen c6, bishop e4 looks like the only move.
Yeah, but bishop e4 takes, bishop g7.
Dramatic things happening in the Magnus game. You need to open that
Or
one.
first b5, just, I don't know, I don't know if it makes sense.
Because after bishop takes f5, rook takes e5,
b5.
and it's
b5.
and then b5.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that queen d5.
Any move, yeah.
Overload.
Yeah, it's too slow. It's too slow, yeah.
Also bishop a4 is a4, I mean, is a possibility. But it's just
No, but is
pawn
it
for
so clear?
nothing.
Just, okay, bishop e4 takes, bishop g7, e3, rook f1.
C3.
Ah, okay, yes, yeah, it's just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but rook f1 I can always protect with rook e8 or something.
Yeah, I know, it's very, c4, c4.
Well, but
Yeah.
you.
Actually, if he goes, if he takes on f5 and bishop d7, is it that easy?
Bishop d7? What? I don't understand. Queen
Yeah.
f3, you want to go up. Bishop g4,
Yeah.
something
Just,
very funny. Bishop g4, queen d5?
Yeah, and I don't know. Rook d1.
Rook d1. Yes, actually. Yes, very creative line, yeah. Maybe that's a draw then.
Are you talking about bishop
No,
takes
probably queen d5 immediately though. Yeah, bishop f5.
Oh, yeah.
Bishop f5, rook e5.
This is the big problem.
Bishop d7.
Yeah, but bishop d7, yeah, then queen
Queen
d5.
d5. You have to move the rook, but then c3. Yeah?
Right, yes.
Or rook k1, but I don't believe it. So, queen d7 simply.
No, it's probably just lost, but there's okay. Somehow it feels like there should be something here.
Should be that.
No, maybe it's just. Yeah, maybe it's just quite bad or losing now. Yes. Yeah, because I don't see any other
Yeah,
ideas.
because bishop e4 is just looks pawn from pawn and opposite color bishop attack, so probably
Yeah, probably
it's not going to
is,
survive.
There must have been some blunder here a couple of moves ago. So the position around
Yeah,
here.
somewhere around here, looked very, very good, but okay.
And then suddenly Magnus took on f4.
Yeah, no, but somehow it feels like somewhere.
Maybe he should just first
Yeah,
take on
like
d6
somewhere around
and
here.
exchange
I thought,
a sacrifice, no? After this position.
You mean here? Yes,
Here,
after
with
f6, just
d6,
rook d6.
and then
yes.
just move the knight.
Mm.
But of course,
Still,
it's true
yeah.
that pawn is hanging, so.
No, it's still what
Yeah,
rook d6,
because-
rook d6, knight c4? You mean?
Yeah, and queen d6
okay,
same,
yes.
yeah? Why
Yes,
not?
exactly. Yes, no, it seemed like there had to be
So
something.
we had the
earlier,
chance to simply take on d6. We can show it on the...
Yeah, but, so here, take, and go back, yeah?
Yeah,
And
knight-
knight
knight f4,
knight
yeah.
f4 next. But of course, it's not that easy.
yeah, I mean,
Because I can
it's-
just go knight d2 and knight f4.
and
take
just hold,
move,
yeah. Yeah, it's also no, but somehow I thought, it should be much better. At least just walking by the board, it looked like it should be much better for at some point. But okay,
Now looks like he's going to lose.
yeah, now probably.
Unless he finds some incredible defense.
He probably overlooked knight takes f4.
No, but it's impossible to overlook. Okay, even bishop takes f4 was also possible, no? I thought both captures were
Actually, it
completely
could
possible.
it was probably stronger then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, then knight
Let's
takes and something.
Yeah,
Not
but
threat yet.
yeah. Okay, now it probably it's so. Okay, it's probably good for me at least. Keeps me in the tournament. So Sergey winning every single game,
Yeah, that's another thing. So this is probably one of the first times that you're really hoping badly that Magnus is winning because he keeps you in the tournament.
Yeah, okay, yeah. One of the few times, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it would liven up the tournament, but it's still 1 point lead, and for you it's.
Well, I still have to play him luckily.
Okay.
So
It's not going to be an easy ride for Sergey.
Well, everyone's so strong. It's,
Yeah.
every game you're in danger of losing.
Yeah. And let's say starting with 4 out of 4 was a bit unusual.
Okay, but Sergey's strong. He's taking advantage of his chances, and everyone else just has to do the same.
Yeah. That's well, great that you stayed on for a bit and helped us in the commentary. That's much appreciated. Well, thanks for being here. And, well, you can stay if you want. There's no problem.
Okay.
But if you want to go, don't
Here
hesitate.
came the sacrifice, a little bit
Okay.
late.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Well, thanks a lot, Hikaru Nakamura. Thanks a lot, Veselin Topalov, for joining us and being kind enough to stay a bit on and to look at the games that are still in progress. It looks like we have interesting developments that the people in Norway will not object to.
Yes,
So-
they agreed on Magnus is very close to winning.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And we had the critical phase here. They helped us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's great to see how.
The critical phase was here. What they showed us, taking on d6, looked actually very, very strong.
Mhm.
My judgment is that he must have overlooked bishop knight takes f4, and it's just very dangerous to take, I presume.
Mhm.
But not obvious. It's not obvious at all, but it's certainly dangerous. It will fall on e4 and this, at least 3 pawns for the 3 pawns plus big attack.
Yeah.
So when he took here, that must have been kind of a desperate resolve, because now Magnus regained his pawn. Simply being better. And here, Veselin suggested knight h4. That was a tricky move. It's not so easy to chase that one away. Magnus went for this, which looks tempting, opening up the long diagonal. And especially since this was possible, I don't know if if Karjakin overlooked that. But if it takes here, it seems like it's just mate. And now we have this overload topic that is not possible. Well, black threatens to take it on e5. So that's the point, which means that looks like bishop e4 is forced. But no, it wasn't. We thought this was forced. We all thought that. But then suddenly Karjakin played rook g1. It wasn't only me overlooking that. That's good. Then we need to think, because this is a piece up for there must be something concrete there. C3 is tempting, but I believe he then has queen b3. And that may hold, but I'm not sure. Queen f3 is an alternative. But Magnus may very well win here. He's close to winning. It's a judgment from the good guys. Since we avoid looking at that computer, the computer would just solve this position right away, of course.
Well, maybe we have a brief look at Hammer.
Yes.
Because there's not bishop d1.
Yes, they rook g1.
And queen d5 came, and that's beginning to look serious. There's
Queen d5. All right. He can't prevent the invasion on e2 if the rook moves. The bishop cannot move.
Yeah. So there goes the bishop, and the attack continues.
It's simply winning. It's threatening even queen d2 check. It threatens everything. The bishop on e5. Magnus will win.
He will win. He will bring back the tension in the tournament, because, well, Sergey Karjakin will still be leading by 1 point, but okay, what's 1 point if you just lost the game and you still have to face Nakamura, and yeah.
This may be a big turning point, because when Magnus starts winning, like it's been like this before many times. When he started very slow, then somehow he's managed to win the tournaments.
Yes, but this time it was really slow. I mean, mostly it was just 2 games, and then he would have warmed up.
Yes, it would be incredible if Magnus would win even this tournament, but now if he wins, he has the chance.
Yes, and in fact now everything is possible again, and as Hikaru Nakamura said, I mean, he's also playing for my chances, because he was in Seoul 2nd place, so Magnus will join him, and anything is possible again.
Nakamura, Karjakin is still left. They haven't played each other yet, have they?
No.
So Nakamura will certainly try to beat Karjakin as well, I guess.
No, it's definitely going to be a different tournament. Well, suppose if Karjakin had won today, I mean, then it would be over, and even with a draw, you would still be 2 points ahead. So, but this is different. Magnus will close in on him, and there will be more pressure. And maybe, well, as you say, sometimes when Magnus gets rolling, then he wasn't exactly rolling so far, but now he might.
It's been like this for a couple of years. That's how he's been doing it. It started so slowly. And
so let me see.
This happened. Isn't this just resignable?
Well, maybe he takes, well, he's now reached move 40.
Bishop g4 on the move, preventing...
So they can have a quiet look.
c3 was a threat, and it looks like c3 is just winning, because it can't be taken, because then queen a2 check. Magnus will probably find something quickly here. It's not mate right away. The queen can go to f2 or somewhere. But Magnus has just such a fantastic position here that the result should be go in his favor.
Well, what do you think? Probably it's a bit risky to take a break now because they might be here any moment.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we can take the break.
We take the break and then we promise that we will be back with, I think we'll be back with Magnus Carlsen.
Yes.
Let's see if Sergey wants to join him. But, well, it's not over yet, but we expect it to be over quite soon. So we take a brief break and, well, stay with us because I'm sure Magnus will have to say a word or two when he joins us. and welcome back to Norway Chess 2013. Welcome back to Sandnes, to the Quality Hotel Residence, where we are following the 5th round of Norway Chess 2013, the first ever super tournament on Norwegian soil. 3 games have finished so far, 3 draws, and now we are following a crucial game, the key game of the day, as we knew all along, the one between Sergey Karjakin, the proud leader, who has so far won all his games, and local favorite Magnus Carlsen. And I don't think there's much doubt, Simon, that Magnus Carlsen is about to score a very important win, which will bring back the tension in the tournament.
Yes, I think we needed that actually, because Magnus, well, he hasn't done so much so far here, and we need the Norwegian audience needs to see him win a little.
Yeah, well, it will, let's say, it will make the tournament more exciting. Of course, nothing against Sergey. He's played a fantastic tournament so far. I mean, winning your first 4 games, that is amazing in this company. And before I forget, my name is DrNykterstein. I'm the editor of Norway Chess, and with me here, in case you didn't know already, is Veselin Topalov, a Norwegian grandmaster.
I'm trying to be the expert commentator, but it's not so easy. We don't use computers, but it wasn't so easy for those the players either. They make mistakes. We all do.
Well,
compared to computers,
I can tell you, Simon, that I've seen the lines that you've been looking at, and then when the players joined us, I saw many of those lines reappear. So don't try to fool us. You know an awful lot about this game.
Yes. I don't know. It's supposed to be for. I'm supposed to explain things. It's very hard to explain.
Because some of the things you simply understand, and then explaining is the next step, you mean?
Well, by just looking, of course, a lot of calculation is needed to understand what's going on sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially now in the game that Magnus has played today, because then suddenly a lot happened.
Yeah.
Well,
and of course for us it's easy, like in the game that Anand played, that at a certain point he plays b5, and the moment we start looking at it, or that you start looking at it, then it becomes clear how incredibly flexible and active that move is. But he has to calculate all these things that we just quietly look at. He has to calculate them in advance, because there can be one hole in those calculations, and there you go.
It's very concrete.
Yes.
And that's how they play most of these players these days. In the old days when Karpov was ruling, it was much slower, of course, but now it's so concrete. They all calculate.
Yeah.
Except maybe Magnus. He's not such a calculator. Well, he can, of course, but he's more like Karpov.
I think he calculates an awful lot.
Yeah, he can play in all kinds of ways, actually. And today he's played really sharp, really sharp. He sacrificed the pawn, and it was not at all obvious. But now he obviously has succeeded, because his position now looks just tremendous.
Yeah, well, it's been a great game. He, as Hikaru Nakamura said, probably Karjakin was doing fine, but that was calculated risk, I think, on Magnus's part. Of course, if you want to win with black, I mean, there is no way how you can force a win with black. You just depend on your opponent. You have to put pressure on him. You have to get him into a position where mistakes can be made. Yes. And I think he succeeded.
Well, he's obviously succeeded, but after the opening, the opening choice was a little bit... it's interesting. Magnus chose an opening that seemed to be absolutely no chances to get active play or anything, but suddenly the position exploded.
Yes. It definitely did, and yeah, we can say that it exploded in Karjakin's face, because he, well, the game is still going on, but
yes, we can just think this up, because it was this overload. Karjakin didn't play bishop e4, he played rook g1, protecting g2 and h1, but after queen d5, it wasn't possible to move the bishop because it's rook e2 check, and then this simply has to be tremendous for black. Magnus is actually thinking for a while before he played h5. And bishop d1. He's actually thinking, how many moves have they made? They passed the fourth move.
Oh yeah.
So now he's just looking for some forced win, I believe, because there must be something. C3 is a possibility, but perhaps it's tactically possible, I presume, because after queen b3 there's a check on e2. Well, check on e2 is possible then.
Yeah.
But
But he can take his time. I mean,
he can probably do. Well, the queen is well placed on d5. The bishop is well placed on b7. It just takes it just needs to do something with the rook, and it will probably, and the white position would probably collapse.
Yeah.
Activate the rook, and it will be over.
Yeah, probably the only thing he's checking is if there's, well, not some miracle escape somewhere with a perpetual or whatever, or something crazy, but...
I don't think Magnus will play c3. It doesn't look bad, but I think it's that kind of player that doesn't like to give white the square b3.
Yeah.
So
he will
he
most likely play something safe, but, well, just strong enough to...
well, there are different options, but the rook e3 looks very natural, and send the rook to d3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice move, rook e3. Yeah. Okay.